Welcome back, everybody. Hope you enjoyed that slideshow. That was Lorena Walker on the left right there. She won the Powder Puff, and she's one of the best photographers in the Mid-Atlantic that we have, and I just love stealing her pictures. They are always clear, action-packed, and just knows how to get the right angle. Check her out on Facebook sometime. She has got some great pictures and paintings to look at. Today, this is Saturday's cross-country race right here. Lined up, ready to go. I am going to come out here in about 5th spot. Had a full line. It's a good mix of 50-plus expert, overall expert, 200 expert. It's the expert line minus the double A guys. And I felt really good today. My bike was working good, and I'm just starting to get a feel for where I fit in this expert line. It's my first year racing expert, and wasn't sure if I'd be able to hang with these guys at all. But I feel like I'm in mid-pack most of the time, and I'm good with that. Especially being the first year, it gives me some room for growth. And I race the expert in the motocross as well, where I feel more comfortable. And it's been a great learning year. I've been really focused on bike maintenance, trying to make sure I show up at the race, every race, ready to go out of the gate. And I'm seeing some good results. I'm happy with it. I think you can only do so much at my age, but yeah, we had I want to say low 80s for weather. I don't think there was any rain in the weekend, and we also had rain up here probably a week beforehand. Some big heavy storms that had soaked in and kept the dust down great. No super giant mud holes. We did have one mud hole that you'll see. It got rutted out, and they rerouted the course a little bit around it by the time they got to the last lap here on Saturday. David M. stayed on top of everything and just did a great job like they always do. And this course, I went out and walked a little bit of it before the race, and it was a good mix of old course, new course, and the new courses that they set up, everything just worked great. I won't lie, I was just waiting for some of the horror stories that were coming out of the races beforehand. The vintage and the post-vintage guys I talked to, and girls I talked to, you'd be talking to them, they're like, oh, watch out for this spot, watch out for this spot, it's going to be really bad, make sure you take to the left or the right. And if any of you know me from before, you know that I got the memory of a freaking turtle. I can't remember anything when it comes to that kind of stuff. Just comes up on me too fast, and I don't try to put two and two together. I just race in the moment. And stuff like that would sneak up on me, and I'd be like, oh, that's the spot they're talking about. But to be honest with you, maybe it was just being on a little bit higher suspension bike or something. I don't know, just soaked stuff up real well, or I had the bike set up well. Those kind of spots were something to be watching for, but not really to lose too much lap time. Alright, I am still hanging with these guys. I can still see them up in front of me, and I'm feeling good. I got Brock Cuskill behind me. You can't hear him real well, but I'm going to tell you, he is revving the motor back here. And I got these guys right in front of me, and I don't want to give up what I've got going so far. And I'm going to end up second today, overall, in my class. Craig Shenango is going to get first, I'm going to get second, and Joe Cole's going to get third. And I did not go down one time. I can't say that hardly ever. That just goes to show you how well this course was laid out. It had its technical spots, and I like to give myself a little credit for not overriding the course, and I was a little bit tentative in the first lap. But it was mostly just because I had heard enough stories about watch out for this or watch out for that, and I just wanted to keep these guys in sight, and I did for the most part. And you'll see right there, Brock. I left him. I went to the outside thinking he might go to the inside there, and he didn't. I'm not sure if he just wasn't close enough or wasn't ready for me. And again, I didn't want to give up too much real estate on his first lap. He ends up finishing really well in this, so I didn't hold him up too much. These other guys are right in front there, you can see, so it's not that big of a deal. So, as you're watching the race here, and you're thinking to yourself, I could probably do this down at Dave's place. We're in central Pennsylvania, and he's got a full schedule on Saturday. You're going to start out about 9 o'clock in the morning. You're going to get started with the riders meeting. You're going to jump straight into the vintage racing. And they're the guys that are going to come out and they're going to break this course in. And I should back up just a smidgen and say about the big kids are going to break in the first couple miles of this course. And I was out taking video of them. If you look back and through my videos, you'll see there's a video I put out before this one. It'll have the powder puff, the big and little kids race, and the pit bikes. And so Saturday's schedule will go kind of like the big kids, the vintage racing, then you're going to go into the post-vintage racing. You're going to go into the little kids racing. You're going to do a powder puff race. You're going to do the race that you're watching now, the disc brake cross-country race. And everybody, I mean, they ran a tight ship. The gates dropped right when they were supposed to, because as you can tell by that lineup, everything has to go bam, 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 and it has to be on time. Otherwise, we're going to run out of time in daylight this late in the year. But they run a tight ship up there. Things went well. Then you're all going to sit down. You're going to listen to the guest speaker talk about the old times when he was racing. Cannot for the life of me think of his name. But they always have a good time up there. We're telling about the stories and stuff of yesteryear when they were out. There's a pig roast. There goes Brock. He gets by. I left him by so that he could catch up to these guys. He is in a hurry, you can tell. But everybody brings a covered dish to this pig roast. And I didn't take my camera up because I was just kind of soaking in the moment. I like all the company that I'm in. And enjoying the food and listening to all the awards that are being given at the meal. And that's about that guy right there. I think is the last one that gets by me. And I try to hook onto his coattails there, but he's faster than I am. So I let him go. Not a big deal. But getting back to the meal, they had every covered dish you could think of. Desserts, corn on the cob. After that, it was a night of campfires, adult beverages, exaggerated stories about how far you cleared that ditch by or that tabletop that you were jumping, and just a lot of good down-home fun. So as you can see, that wasn't quite a lap, because if you look at lap times, you'll see that we were there in like, say, I don't know, 6-8 minutes or so. You still have a good half of a lap left. There's probably 5 miles on this first race. That little pond sinkhole thing right there made me nervous going around it. I could just picture myself doing a Christian broom bob where I fly into the pond. If you see him, you'll have to ask him about it. I'm sure he'll enlighten you on how that happened. That was down east in one of the races we had before, and it's worth retelling. It was something else. This is a dual weekend for cross-country racing. No motocross involved here. And there's another race with another 5-mile loop out on Sunday afternoon. And it was, I personally think that it was harder than Saturday. And I'm sure you're going to hear some alternate opinions on that. They both were good in their own right, and they were actually very good. And they each had their own thing. Some were fast and flowy. There was definitely a few more high-speed sections on Sunday's race, but they each were totally different tracks. And that's one nice thing about coming here. You're not going to get a lot of the same old, same old. You're going to get a mix-up of what these guys got to work with. Like this section right in through here, as you're coming down through here, we used to go left down here. I'll show you where. You're going to come out into a little opening right here. You used to go left right there. It was a bar banging, super tight section. I was not a fan of it. Well, to all you guys that have made it this far, you know that we're heading down toward the creek. And let me just tell you, you all saw that slideshow in the beginning. I know in the corner of my eye, I saw somebody in the creek. And I'm pretty sure it was Lorena. Like standing right in the middle of the creek. And she's down there taking pictures. And if I'm wrong, but I know she was somewhere around there and there was somebody in that creek standing taking pictures. That's just the kind of thing you'll see at one of these races sometimes. It's just people looking for the perfect angle, looking for the perfect splash shot. And I know she got me coming across the creek is a really cool picture. I love it. And you see the creek off to my right-hand side. We're heading down toward it. It's kind of sandy and loamy down in through here. And there's two creek crossings. This first one, I just kind of pulled the clutch in, yanked on the bars back a little bit, sat back and left the front end float and landed in the middle of the creek. It was awesome. I pulled it off just about every lap, and I was feeling good about it. If we ever get down to it here, I'll show you what the heck I'm talking about. Keep your eyes open on your right-hand side and see if you see Lorena down here. I'll point her out if I see her, but I remember seeing somebody out of the corner of my eye, and I thought, who in the world? There she is. I seen somebody there. I don't know if you noticed it real quick. They were walking down the middle of the creek. Probably ain't made it for this lap, but for the next lap, you would definitely see that person. Or maybe you wouldn't see her, but they'd get that great angle. So, on Saturday's race, I'm still trying to do better in cross country, and the two things I struggle with are standing more, staying on the pipe, and arm pump. Usually by the third lap, I get arm pump so bad I can't feel the clutch or brake lever. And Saturday's race wasn't too bad. I felt good the whole race. I loosened up on the grip a little bit, and when I felt it starting to come on, and I was able to keep it under control. On Sunday's race wasn't so much. By third lap, I had to slow way down, loosen way up on the grip, shake my hands out, just to get some feeling back in it. Right here's what I'm talking about. Jump into there, up over. Now I got a KTM behind me. I'm not sure who it is, but they are hot on my butt and they are wanting by. We're still in that first lap, so I'm not wanting to let anybody by quite yet. Now this section right in through here is a little bit off camber And I will tell you, you'll see me jump off to the left, and it ain't on purpose. You'll see. Where the heck's it at? We'll come down in through here. Almost every lap this happened to me, I think I was hitting a root of some sort. Where the heck's it at? There it is. And I could hear him back there, and I knew whenever I went sideways like that, I'm just going to let him by, and I'm going to run my own race. And at first I thought that was Joe Cole, but it wasn't, so I was lucky to keep second place there. But almost every lap, again, pop the clutch, pull the bars back, wheelie into that crick, hope for the best. That definitely seemed to work good, though. That was the second crick crossing, and then you're climbing back up, back out toward the crowd again. Well, folks, we almost got a lap in the books here, and I'll be back for Sunday's race. If you made it this far and you like the content, possibly think about hitting that subscribe button. Give me a comment, let me know if you like the content in the video. I try to include the best footage I can. In this race, the first lap happened to be the best because I had a lot of guys right in front of me for a good portion of the lap. And after that, I rode the whole rest of the race by myself. So I'm just going to give you one lap and we're going to dive into Sunday's race. Welcome back, everybody. This is the last race of Sunday's cross country, and it looks like the father, Tim Bredlinger, is gonna take the whole shot, and it looks like Holden Bredlinger is gonna be right behind him, and then Mason Bro is gonna get around me in the third spot, and we're gonna dive down over the area where the shale banks are at. And this was the little track that they held the pit bike race on Saturday night, and I am still smiling from ear to ear from running that. It was such a good time. So Mason is up there just making moves left and right, and Tim's holding his own up there, though. That is one scrappy dude. He's got himself a lot of junior riders behind him, mostly his sons. Mason's going to take the lead just that quick. And we're heading back up, and we're going to go toward the start-finish line so they can start their scoring. So in this race, and I didn't include it because my camera went dead, right about there, right? That one last turn that we just went by there. At the very last lap of this race, I had the bolts come out of my subframe, and I kept on hearing a clunking sound. and I could not figure out what that clunking sound was. Here, the subframe bolts had come out, and the bike practically fell in half. But I was able to squeeze the, after Mason came around and got the bike off of me, because the bike wrecked and up onto a tree, and it fell back on top of me. Well, I got everything pieced back together. I did have Steve Bowman go by me, and he was in my class, but neither here nor there. I ended up getting third place. Craig Shenango's going to get the first place in this, and then Steve Bowman's going to get second place. I'm going to take third, and Joe Cool's going to get fourth. That's going to be the 50-plus expert lineup, how we finished. I'm still trying to follow Tim here. His boy is checked out, and I'm pretty sure Tim Jr. is going to catch us and check out as well. Some days I feel better than others, and I can hang with Tim, and I can hang with him here for a while, but he's just slowly cranking that KTM, and he's just keeping her moving. Now, right about here is where Tim just checks out, and I don't see him too much anymore. And I run into this fella, and if you know his name, leave me a comment, and that way I'll know who the heck this was. But there were several guys that I either left by, or when they got by me, I decided that, hey, I want to run with them. They got a good pace going. So this was one of those fellas. And I hung with this guy for a good lap and a half until my arm pump got so bad that I couldn't hang on to the bars anymore. But he had a great pace going, and he kept my numbers down, and I was happy about it. Now, you heard me talking before about how we'd run into them high-speed sections on Sunday. This is one of them. You were in high gear going. You had to let off the gas a little bit right here so you didn't slide her too far to the outside, and then you were getting ready to double back. Lean her in hard and heavy here, downshift once, crank her back up, grab high gear again, and this was nice not having to dust. It was great. And you're going to go back and forth 2-3 times here in this field section. And you can practically memorize this, and it was a good place to, if you wanted to set somebody up for a pass, you could do it. And I've been passed and did some passing in this section in here. I really like this section in through here. Kind of blind, tight turns. And as you can tell, I can keep up with this fella. I am right on my edge of how fast I want to go. So this is a great, I don't got to necessarily look for the arrow so much as I got to just watch for his back tire. This is the end of the second lap, but I picked up right where I left off so you guys get a full one lap race. And it's better to be watching somebody, you get a better idea how I did racing. And we're catching somebody else up here, and that was the great thing about following somebody. I'm sure if I was by myself, I would not have caught up with these guys. Look at them Bluebirds guys. And that fella's gonna let us by, and I do appreciate when guys do that. I try to do the same, try not to hold anybody else up that might be racing in a different class. So in 2 weeks, we're going to be heading to the Field of Dreams. It's out near Greensburg, Pennsylvania, just a little bit east of Pittsburgh. I hope y'all can make it. It's going to be a motocross weekend, and it's going to be a national event for ARMA, and absolutely one of the best tracks you are going to run as far as a natural layout goes. There's not like huge doubles or anything. It's old school motocross at its best. And I think everybody that goes is just going to be beside herself on how well that facility was made. It was a brand new track last year. We ran the Mid-Atlantic Series there, and everybody was just couldn't say enough good things about it, and I couldn't agree more. So I'm really looking forward to going back and racing that. And then right after that, we're going to go to another track out there very close to it. 2 more weeks after that, and it's going to be a cross-country and motocross event. So the Pittsburgh area, on the western side of Pennsylvania, you're going to be getting some really good vintage racing coming your way. Check out the Mid-Atlantic schedule and get yourself out there. I think you're going to have a good fall this year. Alright folks, I think that's going to be about it for me. Hope y'all enjoyed the video, and the weekend that we had was hopefully captured enough of it in the videos that you can get a feel for just how much fun this really was. We'll talk to y'all a little bit later on, and hope to see you at the Field of Dreams. Come over and say hi. Talk to y'all later.